incorporates arthritis and also pain support. So before we start, I'm just going to mention some housekeeping. The presentation will be recorded, so please make sure you are on mute. And you are welcome to turn off your cameras as well, although I do like active participation if you're up to it. At approximately the 20-minute mark, which hopefully will be the end of the presentation, I'll break for 5 minutes and then come back for a quick YouTube video and then discussion. So please note your questions until the end. You can use the chat function if you like to do that. So I'm just about to start. Oh, okay, it's already recording. Okay. So I've got to remember to go through the PowerPoint presentation as well as speak. So please, if I forget to go to the next screen, just let me know. So when you have a chronic illness, you need to acknowledge the changes in your body and adjust your life accordingly. So unfortunately, this is easier said than done. And anyone who knows me knows that I've struggled with this for over 30 years. Because it's not just your physical body, but it's also your mental self and the way you think. So it's important to set boundaries, be kind to yourself, and find ways to adapt and flourish within these new limitations. It will take time and be a process of self-discovery and learning to prioritise your well-being, which can be challenging at times. So firstly, it's very important to grieve your former self. And it's not only the former self you're grieving, but all your plans, your dreams for the future have also changed. Even if you get some of your old energy back, you will need to limit activities to prevent relapsing. So also you have to identify your new normal. So recognise what activities you can still do and what require modifications or assistance. For example, I can still travel, but now I need to have a rest, to recover. I need to have my own room. I need to limit my walking. If we're going to travel by car, I need someone to drive. So it's just making those little changes in your life so you can still, do what you love to do. Prioritise tasks. So try and think differently about tasks, particularly those that take up energy, such as chores. Consider whether you actually have to do the dishes. Do you have to make that bed or clean that bathroom? Is there someone else who can do those tasks for you, or can you do them in another way? A great example of this is online shopping. So utilise the shopping options when you can. So, and also listen to your body. This is hard to do, but it is so important. You have to start paying attention to pain signals and fatigue and adjust your activities accordingly. Even if you are halfway through the chores or mowing the lawn or driving somewhere, if you can stop even for 5 or 10 minutes, close your eyes, take a couple of deep breaths. In the long run, this will help you get through the day better. Setting boundaries and communicating them. So say no and be okay with it. For some of us, saying no is not in our vocabulary. It's crucial to learn to say no to activities that will push you beyond your limits, even if it means disappointing others. One way to do this is to think about how doing this activity will affect your energy for other things that you really want to do. So try setting hard and fast rules that over time your family and friends will have learned to adhere to. For example, I try not to do nighttime events. And if I do, I try and get home, so have dinner at 5 o'clock. So I'm home at 7. I still, want to do things. But if friends want to go out, I always suggest brunch or lunch rather than dinner nowadays. Be honest about your limitations. Share your boundaries with friends, family and colleagues. And explain why certain limits are necessary. I mean, using my own nighttime limit, it's because, you know, I can no longer go out at night because I find if I'm too stimulated, I come home and then I can't sleep and then I'm wrecked for the next couple of days. So it's not just the next day or even the day after that. Just doing these things can actually wreck you for a week. And if I do go out at night, it's something important to me, and then I have to plan around it. So communicate your needs. Don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. Remember that some tasks will take all your energy, but only a limited amount of energy from other people, particularly if they're young people who have a lot of energy. So utilize, family and friends when you can. So adapt and find creative solutions. So modify activities. Find alternative ways to participate in activities you enjoy, such as using assistive devices or breaking tasks into smaller steps. For example, if you find pleasure in cooking, prepare your ingredients over a longer period of time, sit on a stool rather than standing, and ensure you make extra so that you can freeze additional meals for another day. Seek support. Connect with support groups or online communities for people with chronic illnesses. There are so many more support groups online which will allow you to talk with others from the comfort of your lounge room in your pajamas. Take advantage of these when you can. Explore new hobbies. Discover new activities that fit within your energy envelope. There are so many new opportunities online. You can either do a course or just research an area of interest. This will keep you motivated, it will keep your brain active, and it will give you a reason to actually get up every day and get dressed. So yeah, try and find something online that you could do that motivates you. So manage stress and prioritise mental health. There is more and more research into the effects of stress on our physical health, particularly on debilitating fatigue conditions. Once you actually think about it, you will notice that, if you're driving a car and you get stuck behind a slow driver and you start to get, a bit anxious and, a bit cranky, you find that you actually, it depletes, your precious energy reserves. So think about that and just try and, so firstly, practice mindfulness and relaxation techniques. So learn how to, when you're, behind that slow driver, learn how to just breathe, turn up the radio, sing a song, just try and get it out of that stress, that stressful moment. So also meditation, deep breathing, yoga, Tai Chi. Arthritis have a wealth of online yoga classes that you can join in for. All these will improve your overall well-being. And also, if you find a class, within your area, this will provide some additional social interaction that is good for your well-being, because you don't want to do everything online. You need to actually get out a bit as well. And meditation, seek professional support, particularly if you are struggling with anxiety or depression. Consider seeking therapy or counselling. It's not too weak to speak. So, point 5, advocate for yourself. So become your own advocate. Learn about your condition and the available treatments, and don't hesitate to get a second opinion. Unfortunately, there's a lot of information out there on Dr. Google land, and I find when you've got a debilitating fatigue condition, everyone has an opinion on new treatment. I heard about this. I heard about this. Why don't you try this? Why don't you try that? But just, smile and say, thank you. Thank you. But, you're the only one that knows your body, and only you can determine what works best. So communicate with your healthcare team. This could include your GP, your specialists like gastroenterologists, physios, chiropractors, even alternative medicine. Make sure they're all on the same page. And if you need, take a family member with you so you don't need to remember it all, because some days you will struggle to, it will be a bit much to take it all in. So don't be afraid to ask the doctor whether you can record the conversation so you can listen back to it later. And also ask them to interpret any medical technical jargon that you don't understand. So something that I have implemented recently is pie. Now and again, if I need to, I actually write it on my hand, but write it on your bathroom mirror, on a card, or place it in your car or on your fridge. So pie is protect your energy. When you've got a debilitating fatigue condition, your energy is limited and you'll lose it very easily. So you have to actually protect it at all costs. So focus on what you can control. So focus on your strengths. Identify your remaining abilities and focus on what you can do rather than what you can't. For example, if you're a gardener, focus on indoor plants rather than a large garden. If you're a novice chef, as I said, turn your hand to one dish rather than entertaining a large group. And if you like to travel, look at small outings within your local area rather than large trips overseas. So find joy in small things. Appreciate the simple pleasures in life and find ways to create positive experiences. Be content with a sunny day, the sound of a babbling brook, or watching children at play. Your life isn't less, it's just different. So that's taken 15 minutes. So I've included this saying, which I like it. I've actually got it on my fridge. It is just, enjoy the little things in life. For one day you may look back and realize they were the big things. And I think this is the whole thing about, protecting your energy, for respecting your limits, that moving forward, you have to look at your life differently. And if you do that, if you take some steps to focus on what takes your energy, and what actually gives you energy, because of course some things that you do will actually give you that a little bit of energy as well, then you may find that you get to a point in your life where you're what I would call an even keel, balance. And then you can then slowly increase to the point that you may look back and you go, oh, I remember last year I couldn't even get out of bed. This year I'm out of bed and I'm enjoying life for a couple of hours each day. So take it slowly and enjoy the little things in life. So finally, where to from here? So Emerge ACT has a number of support activities for members. These include a 9-week self-help course. If you haven't done that, I think the next one starts tomorrow. I believe that's completely full, but we do them 4 times a year each term. So email the office at mecfs@arthritisact.org.au. Put your name down for the next one, and we'll be in touch in the new year. So I'm going to just halt the recording, have a 5-minute break, and then we can come back. And I've just got a little video to show you if I can get it to work, and then we can discuss ideas, ways, questions, all that. Okay, so I'll just pause now. and I'll see you back in 5 minutes.